Hello, my name is Naomi and I'm here to read you the first chapter of 40 Days Transforming Your Life. Many people talk about embarking on a life-changing journey or travelling around the world and having an adventure. Well, by picking up and reading this book, you have already made a commitment to embarking on that journey. It may have been instigated by an adversity that has happened or is currently happening in your life. That burning desire for the reality of life to look a bit and be different. We focus on people around us and admire the qualities they have that we are seeking, whether that be beauty, confidence, love, ambition, a dream lifestyle, and so on. For some of us, we have what I like to call guardians. Those people who are present in our life who step in and help us. The friends who say, "This has got too out of hand." Or the people you have never met that give you a gift for no reason than to show you that there are people around who care. This book is one of those guardians, to provide you with the opportunity for your life to transform. This book offers you the information that you have been seeking, a way of starting the transformation ball rolling. To look at life in its simplest form, it consists of learning and transforming from one thing to the next, that we are here to do, evolve as mankind. To transform, we need to acquire new knowledge and have a new perspective and understanding on life, and most of all, ourselves. The reason for this book is to help you to see each day has a lesson, and in that lesson, a new part of you is revealed. Once it has been revealed, then you have the opportunity to accept it and maybe even love that part of yourself. But here's the bonus. I am going to be with you every step of the way, offering signposts to help keep you moving forwards. However, it is up to you how much you immerse yourself in the transformation, by knowing how much change in life you are really desiring. To begin with, I want to share my definition of certain words so that we are both starting off from the same point. Learning, making a whole bunch of mistakes until you reach the answer you are seeking. Change, I liken dramatic change to being in a plane when you hit turbulence and suddenly drop a few feet. The majority of people's reactions aren't jump for joy. The reaction is self-preservation as our survival instincts kick in. Gradual change, what the majority of us enjoy, is like setting out on a plane journey with the plane being 1 degree out on its flight path. You have a really lovely journey, the weather is beautiful, you have in-flight entertainment and food. Yet when the plane touches down, you're in a completely different destination. Maybe you've even landed in paradise. Daydreaming. I feel this is a good thing. Even though at school you were probably told off for daydreaming and not paying attention to the teacher. However, you need to rediscover the daydreaming part of yourself. The ability to lose yourself in a fantasy that brings you happiness, a brief hit period in time where you feel free to create and live out the life you are dreaming of. Last of all, transformation. Imagine your day is like water running down a river, and at some point you reach a pile of rocks, a symbol of the current obstacles in your path. It takes a bit of effort to get over them, but as you are pushing your way through, you dislodge one of the rocks, and it allows the river to flow a little quicker. As the river flows, the force knocks another rock out of your way, and this continues to happen rock by rock, until you reach the tipping point where there is much more water flowing through. Then suddenly numerous rocks fall out the way and there is nothing blocking the water flow. It flows easily and effortlessly at a new level. To begin with, there are some decisions that need to be made. I have noticed as I spend more time helping people that there is one question I ask that always receives the same reaction, of people scratching their heads and looking puzzled. The same question is going to be asked of you. First of all, you need to get a notepad book. Are you ready? If I could guarantee you that one wish would come true, what would you wish for? In your notebook, write down your answer. You don't have to be modest when you do this. You can dream big or small. It's all about you being able to make a choice, a decision about the destiny of your life. You don't need to rush when you're answering the question. Take a moment or a whole day to decide upon your answer. I am guessing by now you have a healthy bit of skepticism developing. I bet you're thinking, well, Naomi, That's all well and good, but one, I don't know how it's going to happen, and two, have you seen my current reality? Well, all I can say is that at this point along the journey together, I can't say how it's going to happen, when, or even why. All I know is that by making that choice and allowing yourself to dream, you have opened yourself to begin seeing new opportunities and choices. For your life to change, it begins with changing a single thought. Let's be more specific. By the end of the next 40 days, what is it that you would like to have accomplished? Is it to receive a material possession, have new feelings about an activity, or change the perception you have of yourself? It can be any one of those aspects or something similar. Write your answer down, starting with, in the next 40 days, I hope to accomplish. The next thing to do is to look at your daily routine. How you spend your day currently is providing you with the life you have. It's important to note that when feeling low or even disempowered, we are naturally defensive. When I speak of changing your routine, I'm not suggesting changing every aspect of your day. We all have different commitments and responsibilities. When I speak of changing your routine, it may be 10 or 15 minutes in the morning and the same in the evening, a total of 20 to 30 minutes a day. This is when you may be tempted to say, but I don't have time. This is not a valid statement in my book. You do have time, but you just don't recognize it, as your time is being allocated to things that you feel are higher priority. I am here to say you and your happiness is the highest priority, and you absolutely deserve 20 to 30 minutes a day of you time. If you are finding the thought hard to comprehend, ask a friend or family member to ring you up every day for 10 minutes as you sit with a cup of tea and carry out your activities, which I will talk about in a minute. Allow yourself this opportunity, and after a few days you will be surprised that you are still able to carry out everything you were before, as well as fit in the new activity successfully. You may even have a bit more energy than usual. You have the chance each day to replenish yourself. You have now decided what you want to achieve. You have committed to setting some time aside each day to an activity that will help you reach your goal or dream. And for it to come true, now is the time to decide what the activity is going to be. When choosing your activity, it needs to be something that doesn't seem a chore or too strenuous. It needs to be something that inspires you. There is no limit to the potential of what this activity can be. Here are some ideas to help fire up your imagination of what activity you can do. Write down and say 10 new thoughts. For example, I am beautiful, my heart is filled with happiness, I always have supportive people around me, my life is peaceful. Have a picture that you love to look at that is a cue for your mind to start a daydream. You can live your dream and run through a day in your dream life. Create a PowerPoint presentation of pictures of all the things you are wanting. I suggest adding music, as it always sparks emotions which help us to remember it better. Plan a walk that you can go on each day where you can say thank you, as if the thing you are wanting has already come true. Work with someone else, call them up or text them to share your new thoughts and ideas as you are already living your goal or dream. There is some great videos, for example guided meditations, on the internet, so you may want to view one of these twice a day. This list by no means is exhaustive and just contains a few ideas to get you started. Make it your own. It needs to be an activity that makes you feel good and that you are happy to commit to carrying out for the next 40 days. Where does this fit into your routine? Well, this is your choice and depends on what type of person you are and what lifestyle you have. There is one last job to do before we take the first step on our journey together. On your calendar or diary, I want you to mark 40 days. You might start today, tomorrow, or even next week, but choose a date on each day. Write day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, and so on. When I was marking these days, I started to realise just how long 40 days is. There is an idea that it takes 21 days for a habit to change. However, what I have discovered is that once you hit around 21 days, that's when you reach your extinction burst. I'll go into that in more detail later on in the book. where you cling on to your old thoughts, beliefs and values a bit tighter before you let them go. For some people, they are able to let go and allow themselves to become what they are aspiring to be in 21 days. However, for others, this is the point they may say, I've just got to do this for one more day and then I can stop and go back to the way I was doing things before. When you then go for the 40 days and you reach the 20-day point, you realise that you are only halfway through. So you continue the activity, and then by the time you reach day 35, you don't feel the need to give up because it has just become part of your life. So go and find your diary or calendar and mark days 1 to 40. Ground rule: if you miss a day of your activity, you have to start at day 1 again. Now, the reason this ground rule has been put in place is to reinforce your commitment to transforming. I have seen many people missing one day and thinking, oh, I'll just do double tomorrow. However, it doesn't work like that. Sometimes missing one day then turns into missing 2, 3 or 4 days, and then suddenly a week has gone by and nothing has been achieved towards your goals or dreams. Now, I appreciate that I can't check up on you, as I may never meet you in person, but I trust you and I trust that you will do what is best for yourself and your future. The healing, change and transformation comes from you, and I am the happiest when people say it was themselves who changed their life around. Checklist. You have written down, not just thought, what you would like to accomplish by the end of the 40 days. You have thought of an activity that you can do, preferably twice a day. You have marked out the 40 days on a calendar or in a diary. You understand and will follow the ground rule. Let the fun of learning, changing, dreaming and transformation begin. To continue to receive your guidance for the next 40 days, pop over to Amazon and get your copy of the book.